Okay, I don't know if this is subtle or really feminist, but it sure is fun. I don't often go on dates with men because, well, have you met most men? But when I do, I like to wear my favorite pair of shoes. These are my favorite pair of shoes. Okay, for those of you playing along at home, standard door frame height is 7 feet tall, and there is all of, that is 5 inches between the top of my head and that door frame. But you know, lots of guys would be proud of 5 inches. So. But seriously, I just show up and look down from my lofty perch, and the look of fear on their face tells me everything I need to know from the start.
Stop it. Get some help.
You know, guys, when I first saw this clip, when my editor first sent it to me, I thought it was a joke, okay? Because this woman is downright crazy. You know, a lot of these girls, they get this idea in their head that men are intimidated by them because of how much money they earn, or how tall they are, or how many degrees they have, or how quote-unquote educated they are, when in actual fact, the reason why a lot of these girls can't seem to find a man is 1, because they're chasing men who don't want them, and 2, because they're downright crazy. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor The Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be kicking it off by breaking down a clip from this woman right here. So as always, guys, as we jump into it, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. And also remember to come and join us over on Locals. The link, as always, will be in the description. Guys, it's totally free to come and join. We're going to be posting archived content and stuff like that over here, you know, from YouTube over there. There's also exclusive videos for supporters. So as always, guys, make sure that you come and join that if you're interested in supporting the channel. Hell, even if you're just, you know, interested in becoming, going to join there for totally free. But let's take a listen to what this woman has to say, and bear with us.
Okay, stitch this if you have a subtle feminist power move that you do on the regular.
Okay, I don't know if this is subtle or really feminist, but it sure is fun. I don't often.
We must have, like, do you guys ever watch these people? And I understand that humor is subjective, fun is subjective, okay? But I look at this and I struggle to think how anyone would find this enjoyable unless you're actually clinically insane. Like, unless you belong in a padded cell, I fail to see how this is fun. Right, but you know, maybe that's just me, guys. Maybe I'm getting old, like, but I just don't understand.
I can go on dates with men because, well, have you met most men? But
wait, so this woman said that she doesn't go on dates with most men because have you met most of them? Let's take a listen to that.
really feminist, but it sure is fun. I don't often go on dates with men because, well, have you met most men?
I'm going to hazard a guess here and say that the reason why this woman doesn't go on much dates is, let me make this very clear, okay? These girls, they will chase the top percentage of men. We all know this, right? Those top percentage of men, why on earth would they ever take you out on a date? Okay, I've made this point a lot, but many men have come to the understanding that girls, if a woman is attracted to you, like if she's actually attracted to you, everything is just so damn easy, right? You don't have to convince her of anything. You don't have to talk for like 30 years about her cat, which you don't care about, only to be flaked and crap like this. Men have realized if girls are actually interested, they'll make things happen. Hell, they'll do most of the heavy lifting. Girls will drive, like we covered a woman who drove like 50 minutes in a thunderstorm or some crap like that, okay? So the reason why men are not taking you out on dates is, well, there'd still be dudes who would be willing to do it, but the top percentage of guys, like, why on earth would they even want to? You know, like I see dudes going out here for like 2-3 hour like dinner dates and stuff like that, spending a lot of money on these women, and then the women at the end of the night just give the dude a peck on the cheek, and they're like, "Oh, okay, see you next time. I had a great time," and then they'll go home and then they'll hang out with the dude that they're actually attracted to at the end of the night. Right, and like you want to post stuff like this to TikTok? I mean, it just makes it so much more obvious for dudes, but let's continue.
But when I do, I like to wear my favorite pair of shoes. These are my favorite pair of shoes.
Those look absolutely horrendous. I don't know, like it looks like we're looking at like a you know, like a kitchen glove, right? Mittens, okay, whatever you guys call them in your country. Like, what on earth is that? What the hell is what you know, I don't think it's the height that's putting men off, but yeah,
Pair of shoes. Okay, for those of you playing along at
they literally look like oven mitts. Like, I don't know I don't know what this woman thinks she's doing.
home, standard door frame height is 7 feet tall, and there is all of, yep, that is 5 inches between the top of my head and that door frame. But you know, lots of guys would be proud of 5 inches. So.
And this is the part of the video that genuinely just makes me think that this woman has lost the plot. Like, her mental is just not even there, right? Because like I don't understand, like how, like I would like I don't care if women make jokes at men's expenses. Like, you know, dudes make jokes at women's expenses sometimes, and it's funny, and vice versa. It could be funny, I'm sure, but like it's just not funny, man. You know what I mean? Like it's just unrelated. Like I don't know, like it doesn't make any sense to me.
But seriously, I just show up and look down from my lofty perch, and the look of fear on their face tells me everything I need to know from the start.
Yeah, for some reason, right? I don't think it's the height gap, or if there is one that's really doing that. I think a lot of men are maybe looking at you with a bit of a concerned look, is because you're clinically insane, right? Like, again, guys, girls get this misconception that men are like intimidated by them, or like men are scared of them and crap like that. No. You oftentimes these girls are straight up repulsive to dudes, and I don't say that to be an a-hole, guys. It's like a lot of these girls, they don't even realize it because it's easier to rationalize, right? Get this. It's easier for these girls to rationalize that dudes are just intimidated by them because they're like successful or genetically superior or some crap like that. It's much easier to say that than to take accountability and go, oh, maybe men don't like me because I'm actually a nutcase. Right? Because one of them is not a nice path to take. People, guys, I'm telling you, these girls, like, if you guys want to become a millionaire, here's what you do. Just start like a TikTok. Like, you guys see them pop up all over the place right now, and just talk like Derek Jackson and just lie to women about how it's like never their fault, and just say like, oh yeah, you know, he's not good enough for you, queen, he's just intimidated by you, blah blah blah, you know, all this crap, and then just like sell them dating advice or something, or like $2,000 courses and crap like that. You're welcome, guys. Free business plan, okay? And the more attractive you look as a man, the easier that'll be. If you guys want some more examples, I think Matthew Hussey is a fantastic example as well. But I digress. But guys, let's continue on to some more clips. Again, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments.
So last night was first date number 4 of 2022, and this man left me at the bar. I went to the bathroom after the first drink, and then when I came back, I'm walking to our spot, and he's just like not there. And so I was like, okay, well, no texting where he is. I just beelined for the door. I'm not embarrassing myself and waiting around, not doing that.
You guys ever notice how big of a difference there is between men and women in terms of like just crap like this, right? I think a lot of guys in the same situation, not all, but I think a lot of dudes would sit there and go, oh, well, you know, try and give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, let's just say a girl disappeared on a date. Maybe, like, I'm more inclined to believe that, you know, the dude would like make sure she's okay. I'll send a message like something bad hasn't happened. But girls will just straight up, like, they'll straight up just take it as a hit to their ego, and they'll like throw a tantrum and just leave, right? Because they don't want to be quote unquote embarrassed, right? Like, they'll just assume this crap right off the bat. Like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
And as I'm like walking to my car, I get a text from him, and it's just a screenshot of a text conversation from his brother, where his brother's like, SOS, I hit a deer. And I was like, oh, okay. But then I'm like reading the messages before that. I guess he had been out with his brother before meeting me, and just like what he was saying about me in those texts, I was like, this chick's so hot, I'm gonna get in so much trouble tonight. Not about it. Nope. And then
This is another thing that's kind of funny, guys. is a lot of women, what they'll do is, let me get this out of the way first, okay? Whenever you guys text a girl, please understand that your texts are not private. Like, that you might, if you send a text to a girl, especially in 2022, guys, I want you to, if you're out there choosing to date, whatever, please have in the back of your mind that that text that you sent is now public property. Like, the community, that's open to the entire community, okay? A lot of the things that you think that you send to women in confidence is absolutely not, okay? Now, the second thing that I wanted to say here is that the reason why this woman is bringing this up is because she's trying to discredit the dude and raise herself up at the same time. Like, this is what like bullies and stuff do, right, guys? Where they'll just like, they'll straight up insult you. Like, they won't like logically say anything, right? They'll just like straight up insult you or slander you or whatever, and it's to push you down and to push them up, right? This is why girls will say like, oh, you know, he catcalled me, he did all this stuff. So what she's doing is she's like, oh, well, I must be valuable because men are giving me attention. So she'll discredit the dude and she'll try and raise herself up by saying that she received validation.
His like text messages, the story got turned around. It went from his brother hit a deer to his brother got in an actual car accident. I was like, dude, you're sketchy.
I mean, I would consider those things almost one and the same, right? Like, if you hit a deer, I would consider that to be a bit of a car accident, right? Like, you know.
You left me at the bar. You could have waited 2 minutes for me to get back and then say like, hey, I have to go. I'm so sorry. Not to.
If the brother, right, hit a deer or got in an accident, why would he sit around for 120 seconds to notify you when he has to go and help? Like, you see, this is the thing, guys. It's like all about me, me, me. Why couldn't you give me notice? Like, the dude's brother got in an accident, okay, and I don't know how severe it is, right? I've never hit a deer before, but like, you know, like this girl's expecting the dude to like just sit there and wait on her and like not quote unquote embarrass. It's all about like me, 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 right? And again, guys, like, this is the kind of crap where like things like this will happen in life. And girls will look for any reason to disqualify a dude. Okay, you wear some stupid shoes, right? You know, one ear's bigger than the other. Okay, you know, you lost your license for a period of time. Like, you just like anything, whether it's ranging from severe to non-severe, girls will just look for any reason to disqualify you guys. Like, seriously. And like, this is not even in online dating, right? Where they're not even like, girls will just throw you out based on like one little thing that's wrong with your appearance, for example. But if you guys look at like Tinder matching statistics and crap like this, like, girls don't even, like, they only swipe on a small fraction. If you guys have ever sat down, for example, and this is what I mean by women disqualifying dudes for just random crap. Like, granted, this is Tinder, so it's a bit more extreme. But if you guys have ever sat down and watched a woman swipe through a Tinder deck, like a, you know, deck of profiles, right? It's just like, nope, 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 nope. Oh, yep, nope, nope, nope. It's crazy.
Just leave without saying anything, or to send the text after you already left. Just not about it. So yeah, first date number 4 of 2022, not great. Here's to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to hearing the continued saga that you choose to put on TikTok. Again, guys, it never ceases to amaze me how girls will just like willingly document their dating life and how much it sucks. Well, it doesn't even suck. It's just in their view, it sucks. To me, I look at it and I think to myself that they suck at dating because they're so, you know, insert any adjective you really want there. But I'm just surprised that people just choose to put out their life so much on the internet, right? Like, everyone just no forethought at all. But let's continue.
You're into spirituality and you want to know if you ended a karmic cycle? Let me tell you something. The universe will send you someone who resembles an old part of you that you healed from. And your first instinct when you meet them is that you want to care for them the way that you wish that you were cared for when you were going through something, and you want to be their mentor. Be careful with this energy, because this energy is heartbreaking. I'm going to tell you that. And what that energy is, it's a realization that you no longer associate with that part of yourself. Now, you are going to offer this person healing, and I guarantee you that they're going to reject it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree with her. Like, minus all like this like spiritual language, right? Like, girls who talk like this and involve star signs is just one of the biggest red flags of all time. But what she's saying is kind of true here. For example, right, if a girl or a guy grows up in a dysfunctional environment where maybe one or two of the parents are missing, for example, the relationships that individual is going to go out and have are typically going to be more negative than average, right? Like, for example, like we all know this, right? But girls who grow up without father figures, which again, this is like, notice how this all comes from removing, like a significant amount of this, by the way, comes from removing men from society and removing men from families, right? When you give men no incentive to participate in society, and when you remove men from family units, this crap that I'm about to say happens more and more. But take, for example, a girl who doesn't have a father and grows up without a father. Oh, hell yeah, she's going to gravitate towards some really degenerate, like you'll catch her on a pole, right? Like everybody knows this, okay? A lot of these girls, a lot of dudes, people who grow up in broken families have a worse time in dating, 100%. Right, 100%, because their boundaries haven't been developed, they haven't been taught the necessary skills. And I'm not crapping on dudes or girls who grow up without families. I think that stuff sucks. It's simply that a lot of the times they just haven't been taught. Now, that being said, a lot of girls just gravitate towards complete a-holes anyway, so a lot of these cases in truth are doomed to begin with. But the point still stands that, you know, family units are incredibly important.
And that rejection is going to put you in a position where now you are fighting to not go back to your old ways. And that's when it all clicks, when you're consciously aware. That rejection that they gave you is also telling you that you no longer associate with that version of yourself, and you already healed. And that version of yourself no longer exists. And that's when you know that you have completed your cycle.
Yeah, see, I'm going to argue with this a bit here. Girls, in my view, never really come out of this stuff. Like they'll rationalize to themselves and they'll say like, oh yeah, I need to get a provider now because I've done my healing. But my view is these girls never really do the healing, right? A lot of them will say that they need a stable man, but then they get sick of him and they divorce him and they take his money anyway, and then they go back to the bad boys and the cycle kind of repeats a little bit. But a lot of these girls, they say that like they've done their healing and they understand the patterns, when in truth they really haven't, and they continue to go back repeatedly to the bad boys. Like I swear, guys, if you track the statistics, I don't know if the statistics out here on this, on this out there, but if you guys track the statistics of women returning to cheaters, I would bet money that it's incredibly high. That is like, it is very disproportionate. Okay, because a lot of girls, they'll say that they've done healing and that they've worked on themselves, but they run right back to the a-holes. Now, it might take a month, it might take a week, it might take a day, it might take 20 years. Okay, but these healing is such a laughable word to me when these women use it oftentimes.
No longer exists. And that's when you know that you have completed your cycle.
I want to coin the phrase, go be a stripper. You want to save up money for something? Go be a stripper. You want to piss your boyfriend off? Go be a stripper. You want to gain more self-confidence? Go be a stripper.
If you, guys, let me say this, okay? If you're in a relationship with a girl and she wants to go and do this, you know, to quote unquote piss you off, or just do it in general, she is not your girlfriend, my guy. She is absolutely not your girlfriend. And the idea that doing this profession gives you more self-confidence is absolutely laughable. I don't know. Girls who do this kind of crap and who show that, girls who show a significant portion of them, whether that be, you know, through doing professions like this or, you know, questionable Instagrams, shall we say, these are the most insecure individuals on the planet. I don't care how many times you try and sell me the idea that you put on makeup and you dress up because you're confident and you go show yourself off to strangers because you're confident. I don't buy it at all. I really don't. I'm going to play that back so you guys can see just how insane that is.
I want to coin the phrase, go be a stripper. You want to save up money for something? Go be a stripper. You want to piss your boyfriend off? Go be a stripper. You want to gain more self-confidence? Go be a stripper. You really want to move out of your parents' place? Go be a stripper. You want to start a new endeavor that's really expensive, like photography or filmmaking? Go be a stripper. You want to bridge the pay gap? Go be a stripper.
I swear to you, man, the amount of times we have heard this idea that the pay gap exists, it's honestly giving me a headache at this point. The pay gap does not exist. It has been illegal for many years to pay people different amounts on the basis of gender. But what do these girls know?
You want to feel more empowered than ever at any job you've ever had? Go be a stripper. You want to feel control over men? Go be a stripper. You want to get over your ex? Go be a stripper.
And that is why, guys, you generally, this is one example, one extreme example, granted, but this is why you just don't listen to these girls' advice. Like, they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. And again, this is typically coming from individuals who are not happy and who have no self-esteem, but they pretend like they do. It's just straight up cope. But guys, let's jump into today's magazine article and then perhaps a couple of Reddit stories before we wrap up today's episode. Now, guys, you're going to have to forgive me here. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. But actually, we're going to kick it off. Actually, we're going to do a dating profile first. Now, again, guys, just a quick warning before we jump into this one, okay? I feel like I should put a warning on every single, like I should make the transition, the stinger transition, just a straight up warning to you guys. So check this out. This right here, we can't see the top part, so, you know, I can't scroll up. It won't let me. This is all the screen that's in the screenshot. But here we have a 25-year-old woman who is verified, and she, you know, 32 kilometers away. And as you can see, we got the photo here. And yep, let's read her about section. She says, disrespectfully swiping left if you're holding a fish. So she's disqualifying men who fish right off the bat. You know, fantastic to see. And then she goes on to say, she is a mother to a little boy, so the last thing I want to do is hook up with you. Now, anytime a woman puts this on her profile, guys, you can safely assume that she is essentially just hookup material. It is what it is. Girls who put this crap in their bio, guys, they're literally just telling you the opposite. But obviously, guys, now she's looking for something serious. She needs a man to come and take her seriously because now she has a child. You know, it's funny to me how girls will only consider this crap after they've had said child, right? Like, they'll have the kid and then they'll be like, oh, now I need to do it. You say, like, you didn't need a guy to stick around before then. But now that you have a kid, now it's super important, okay? And notice how this stuff, it doesn't come out of love, guys. It doesn't come out of attraction. It doesn't come out of love. It doesn't come out of compassion. It doesn't come out of care. It comes out of necessity. Now, guys, let's jump into this Reddit article. And my editor found me this one. And when he showed me this, I could not believe this is real because this is just straight up hilarious. Check this out. We have here an article titled, if he's not dating you properly, then don't date him at all. And this is written by a woman named Drea Rose. Okay, so obviously we're getting a lot of women these days, guys, who are just straight up frustrated with the fact that men aren't being quote unquote gentlemen anymore and aren't treating them well. You know, not dating her per se. And to be honest, guys, I think it's absolutely hilarious because honestly, I think that women killed the dating scene. Women and simps, basically. But let's continue. There's a clear difference between a guy who just has less experience with dating and therefore doesn't understand the basics and a guy who's just plain lazy. If you're dating one who does not seem to care about making you feel special and cared for the way that you do for him, don't waste any more of your energy. If he can't date you properly, please don't date him at all. He's a grown man. What's his excuse? Yeah, guys, what's his excuse as a grown man for not providing for me and not taking me out on dates and planning things and purchasing things for me? What is his excuse? Because damn it, men are supposed to do these things for default for me. What an absolutely disgusting frame to come from, right? He's a grown man. What's his excuse for not dating me? I'm sorry, I thought we lived in the dating era of equality. What is your excuse for not dating dudes? What is your excuse for not purchasing dates and planning trips and buying? Why aren't you buying, you know, bloody, you know, notice how like Valentine's Day, like girls will say like, oh yeah, I get my dude. It's really for women. Like, let's not kid ourselves here. What is your excuse as a grown woman for not cooking men food? Now, if you say something like that, a lot of these girls will get triggered, but it's literally the same logic that they're applying to men. Right, the level of entitlement you have to say to make a sentence like this is just downright disgusting. If this guy is in his 20s or even his 30s, he literally has no excuse for not being able to date you properly. It's a pretty simple formula. Ask someone out, show up when you say you will, show them a great time, then follow up afterwards if things went well. Why is it so hard? Yeah, why can't the men just follow up? Why can't they just be consistent? You know, it's weird to me, right? Because a lot of the dudes, they'll be consistent. A lot of men out here will be just, you know, scarily consistent. I'll say that, right? A lot of dudes, they'll take you out on dates. They'll show up on time. They'll let you know where they are. They'll say that they care about you. But these men are repulsive to most women, right? I find it insane, guys. Like, you know, dudes are out, excuse me, still out here like double texting women, sending them emojis, talking to them, having long conversations with them about crap. It's a sincere waste of time, guys. It really is. A lot of these girls, like, the more you do this, the more you like show them emotion, or you have long conversations, you double text, you send emojis. These women, like, they get more and more repulsed by you. Like, they'll still keep you around for the validation, maybe a bit of friendship here and there, but that's like as far as it'll go. Hanging out isn't a date. It's high time that we got rid of this crap and stopped accepting hanging out as a legitimate date. Sitting on his couch and watching Netflix while he orders some subpar takeout food isn't really a date. It's just your typical single Friday night. If he can't take you out in public and put real thought into doing something that requires actual effort, like making a dinner reservation and changing out of his worn out sweatpants. I'm wearing sweatpants right now. Do yourself a favor and stay on your own couch with your own Netflix account. You don't need a guy to do the things you're already doing. He should be trying to make things more interesting. You know, it's funny, right? Let's go back here. Blah blah blah. Hanging out isn't a legitimate date. You know, girls could have legitimate dates. Right, all this is an article of a woman who's angry because dudes won't commit to her and won't do things for her. Right, it really is. Like, why would a guy put in more effort than this? Like, really, I don't understand why a dude would put in more effort than this. Okay, and notice how the dude's still seemingly paying for your food and stuff like that. But girls, they want something more, guys. And here's the funniest part about this. Where is this? Hang on. This sentence right here. If he can't take you out in public, my question is, why would a guy? Here's the thing. Okay, if you as a guy, okay, you have a girl who just comes over for Friday to watch Netflix with you, okay? And that's just the way it goes because she's attracted to you. She said, yep, I'm going to come out and I'm going to watch Netflix with you. Why would you just throw your reputation out? It's embarrassing, guys. It's let me say it this way. It's straight up embarrassing. If you want to take a girl out who's a 304 and you want to take her out into public and like, what are you going to do? Show her off to your family? Show her off to your friends? Hell no. Like, why on earth would you? They're like, oh, I just want to be shown off in public. No. You have ruined that right. Okay, you want to go out here, you want to go from guy to guy to guy. There is no way that I am taking you out in public. There is absolutely not a chance. And the girls, guys, they're getting real frustrated at this crap. That's why, for a lot of you younger guys, right? Women who are in quote unquote relationships, you'll notice that they can't ever really post the guy to Instagram or something like that. And a lot of the reason why is because a lot of these guys don't want to be put on these girls' Instagrams because they know it's straight up embarrassing, right? That's why you'll see like photos of like a girl holding a dude's hand, right? Is because oftentimes the dude is just straight up, he doesn't want to appear on her Instagram because it's embarrassing, right? Like these girls want to be treated like a lady, but they're not a lady. It is what it is. Let's continue. The best dating/relationship advice on the web sponsored. Hell no, we're not reading a sponsorship. Coming over last minute and late night isn't romantic. Late at night isn't romantic. As cute as it might seem that he's thinking about you 1 a.m. on a Saturday night after he's left a bar with his buddies and wants to see you last minute, it's not cute at all. You're not a late night option and you're certainly not a 24-hour drive-through pickup window. Yeah, I mean, you could say this, right? But the fact that you've done this makes it just altogether debatable, really. Let his call hit your voicemail and never return the message. You can do better. You shouldn't be waiting days for a reply. The so-called busy excuse that so many guys feed women is total BS. If a guy wants to see you, talk to you, and check in with you to see how your day is going, he'll find the time no matter how busy he is. See, the thing is, right? If you as a guy, you say the same thing about women, you are not allowed to say it, right? Because you're being pushy and you're controlling, right? Notice how all of this stuff that this woman says, right? If a man says it and flips it around and, you know, is obviously describing women and dating, oh, you're a misogynist, right? Because you're not allowing her space. She doesn't need to provide for you. She doesn't need to cook for you. You should be planning the dates as a man, blah, 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 right? Women will take all of this, these skewed gender dynamics that favor them, and then they'll want to throw out the ones that don't favor them. Hell no. You see, if you make your bed, you lie in the bed. If you find yourself waiting days or weeks for a reply, for him to even mention getting together again because he's so busy, keep your options open and don't wait around for Mr. Busy to figure his crap out. If he can't step up to the occasion, neither should you. If he snoozes, he loses. Yeah, I'm sure him not seeing you for a week is just a real loss to him. I'm sure he definitely gives a crap about that. If bedroom fun is his main agenda, tell him goodbye. It's getting nauseating the way some guys push bedroom fun as the main priority of spending time with you. Oh, Lord. The reason why guys do this is because why would they do anything else? Right? Like, people in society seem to get this idea that men should just do crap for them by default. Right? Society, women in general, they don't give men very good incentives to want to date you. In fact, men risk a lot from dating you. Why is a guy gonna date you, gonna court you, hell, gonna be silly enough to get married to you when he risks so much to do so? Why is a guy, and this is becoming more and more common as well, is like, why is a guy gonna go out here and participate in society when typically there's nothing out there for him? Like you know, you can create a job online, you can go to the gym. What more does a man really need? Hell, a lot of guys just, you know, want to go out there in the woods and live on their own. It's like, it's really difficult to argue with that position because society does not give anything to, it really doesn't. It just takes from dudes. It really does. It expects things and it really gives nothing in return. So is there any surprise when dudes stop dating you? Is there any surprise when dudes stop, you know, participating in society? Society and dating traditionally, as it were, these things are not really for men anymore, okay? But guys, we're going to be jumping into today's Reddit story, and then we'll wrap up today's episode. So let's take a look at what this Reddit story is. Now, this comes from the subreddit Dating Over 30, okay? And again, this is where a lot of the content for the, well, FDS has shut down now, guys. You know, we're still not allowed in here. I'll see if I can pull up this screen. So check this out, right? We're still not allowed in here, as you can see. They've made it into a private community, so maybe we might have to, you know, we might have to go in secret agent style, guys, to get some content for the show, but we're still not allowed in there, okay? So we're resorting to subreddits such as Dating Over 30. Now, if you guys have stories and stuff to send in, feel free to do so. Email is probably in the description from memory. But let's jump into this Reddit article and then we'll wrap up today's episode. It says, I want to date casually, but I don't really know how to. Advice? ? I'm a straight female in my later 30s and have admittedly been a serial monogamist for almost my entire life. If you are a serial monogamist, this is a wild take, okay? But if you're a serial monogamist, you're not a monogamist, are you? Like, you're really not. You're not sticking to one partner. Like, notice how serial and monogamous, at least to me, guys, seem to be rather contradictory. Like, these things are mutually exclusive, at least in my mind. But hell, girls could go from guy to guy, and I guess we're calling it monogamy these days, right? Anyway, she says, that being said, over the last few years, I've really begun to see the value in my single life and regularly crave solitude, even in relationships. I recently got out of a relationship, but the idea of low-pressure dating to meet people and enjoy others' company is starting to sound nice. My problem is, in the past, is that I usually get sucked into more exclusive dating quickly without a chance to really see what's out there. Now, let's call this for what it is, okay? Without a chance to see what's really out there, essentially just means to go and, you know, go and hook up with more dudes. That's really what it means, right? And again, like, if you have no intention of dating the dude, right? Like, girls want to act as if it's so hard to choose the correct men to date. Again, you put a dude in front of like a dating app and you ask him to, or, you know, not a dating app, that's a terrible example, but you ask a dude to pick a partner for his daughter. Dudes will have, you know, fantastic success rates at doing this because dudes know, girls want to claim plausible deniability, like they don't know how to date and they need to see lots of dudes to understand things. They really don't. You just have to actually think about it for 2 seconds, but girls want to keep the plausible deniability of being able to, you know, go through a whole bunch of dudes because they can say it's just learning, right? I don't have any interests in hookups. I just want to get to know some new guys. Yeah, okay. Should I be stating that my intentions early or not bother unless asked? I am happy to split costs on dates because I'm not trying to get a bunch of free crap out of this, but is that a weird vibe to put out there? What if, yeah, equality, what a weird vibe, I agree. What if someone gets, it's funny, it's funny. What if someone gets super excited about me, but I'm not feeling solid on locking things down? What if I get attached and end up back in the same situation as before? I know you guys aren't my therapists, but if anyone has transitioned from relationships only to a broader casual dating style, not hookup based, yeah, I guess we're just lying. Like, what is with people and just straight up lying? Right, what is this? So you want to do casual dating, but we see the thing is she doesn't want to call it hookups because then it, like, she can't admit that to herself, right? I tell you what, guys, whenever, like, girls will always say the same crap, but the truth of it is they want to be able to just quote unquote feel like it happened so they don't feel like an idiot for doing it. Right, girls want to feel like, oh, it's just an accident. Like, girls will pull this trick, man. I'm going to tell you this. Excuse me a second. Girls will literally, right, if a girl's attracted to you, like, she'll literally just come over to your house and whatever goes on after that, okay? But girls will pull games where, like, they'll wear, like, mismatching crap so that they can say, like, oh, I didn't expect this to happen, right? Or they'll, like, not pack stuff so that they can say that they were not prepared, or, like, what, like, they'll literally do this stuff so that they can feel like to themselves that it was an accident. But we all know it's not an accident, okay? Yeah, casual dating. I'm just looking to get to know guys, and if, you know, it just so happens that she gets to know guys rather intimately, repeatedly, right? I'd love to hear thoughts or experience, and of course, all kinds of comments are welcome. Thanks a bunch. She says, edit, thanks for the feedback. It's been nice to get some perspective on this thought. I just think it makes more sense for me to hang out with some of my guy friends, since that's basically what I'm going for. I have a difficult time making female friends, but that's probably something I need to work on anyway. I appreciate everyone's feedback. It's been helpful and given me a different point of view. Cheers. Now, I don't know what I can say that's a bigger red flag than this one right here, guys, but all of her guy friends are guy friends who she'd like to date, apparently, and she can't seem to make female friends. Super weird how that happens. But guys, we are going to be ending today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Bit of a low energy one today, guys. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. But as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves. And don't forget, as always, come and join us over on Locals. The link is in the description. And I will be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. Before you head out, there's just a few announcements that I'd like to make. The first is that my editor, who goes through all of the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together these videos for us to endure, has started his own YouTube channel. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the video description below, so make sure that you go and show him some support by going and giving him a sub. Also, at the very bottom of the video descriptions, there is a link for those of you who are interested in becoming an editor. I'm not sure how long I'm going to leave these applications open for, but if you're interested in working with me behind the scenes, there will be a link at the very bottom of the video description. Lastly, guys, as always, don't forget to come and join us over on Locals. You guys might have noticed that a lot of YouTube content creators are kind of branching off to different platforms, and that's because we really don't know what we're allowed to say or do, and a lot of us don't really know how long we will be around for. So guys, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. It's totally free to join. There's a support option if you're interested. There's also exclusive content and stuff like that over there, but it's totally free if you're just wanting to go and join, guys. The link is in the description, so make sure that you come and join us. But as always, guys, make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.